Everyone, welcome to Manchester United Matters channel. It's the Matchday live. Manchester United is traveling or has traveled to Errand Road, that is Leeds, and what's where this game of football is happening in there. United is going to play against the side which goes by the name of Leeds, and it's really going to be a very tight game and tight call in there because Arsenal won yesterday. Spurs went ahead and shocked a side which goes by the names of Man City when they gave them a beating of their lives by 3-2 in the Harry Kane being my man of the match, and he really came out and scored a brace, and he was so much involved into the first goal that saw Kulsovic coming in and score that goal in there. So today it's really going to be a very crucial day into the season of Manchester United, because there is no way United can afford to lose a single game right now, because if at all they lose a single point in there, they're really going to see they'll be really into a very bad position in there, because it looks like the situation is getting tense in there. But surprisingly, the manager of Manchester United, that is the interim, who goes by the names of Ralf Rangnick, has really made choices that most of us never thought, because I really felt that Diego Dalot was going to start, because to me I really feel like he plays better. Shockingly, Jesse Lingard comes into this lineup and Aaron Wan-Bissaka comes into this lineup, and I thought Varane was fit to come in and play into this game, but he has not been named into the starting lineup for Manchester United and has been put onto the bench. When you look at the bench, when you look on the screen, that is the back four of Manchester United. David De Gea starting in goal. Aaron Wan-Bissaka returns into the starting 11 for close to 2 months, I think. Ever since Rangnick came in here, I think has only played 1 or 2 games. Then Victor Lindelof and Harry Maguire partnering with the central defense, plus Luke Shaw playing as the left back for Manchester United into this game. Scott McTominay and Lingard And Pogba are going to play into that midfield, into the double pivot in there. Paul Pogba having one of the decent seasons at Manchester United, and Jesse Lingard surprisingly coming in through to do the needful to come in and play that role for Manchester United. Then Bruno Fernandes comes in through to do the needful and really play that role of Manchester United into the central attacking midfield in there, as Sancho plays off the left attacking side of the midfield, and Ronaldo is leading the line for Manchester United. Remember, he ended his goal drought recently when he scored against the side which goes by names of Brighton in there. So that is the starting 11 of Manchester United. I don't know what you guys think about it, but that is the starting 11 of Manchester United. Varane on the bench, Dalot on the bench, Rashford on the bench, Freddie onto the bench. Is it a tactic that Rangnick is using to really come in through and really have a lot of quality onto his bench? Because when you look, if I told you start Diego Dalot, Rafael Varane, Marcus Rashford and Freddie into that lineup, do you have a lot of backup with you? I doubt not. So I really feel like when you have those 4 players onto your bench, you can really come up and make very big changes in there for you. But I really feel like it's really a game that United should really go ahead and win, because we have no excuses to give, because all the people that we are competing with into the top 4 positions, especially Tottenham Hotspur and Arsenal, got wins. Spurs got the hardest win, and Arsenal 2-1 against Brentford in there for you. Not very convincing in there for you, but they really went ahead to win that game in there. When you look at Leeds United, Rafinha not in the starting lineup. I don't know what's wrong with Rafinha in there, because he looks to be one of those players that is really crucial onto the side which goes by the names of Leeds in there. But we wait and see what is really going to come in through from that side of Leeds, what Marcel Bielsa is really going to come out and say in there. Daniel James, the OB of Manchester United, is into, let me see, Daniel James is in the starting line of a team which goes by Leeds. Yeah, he's into. Daniel James is there. Daniel James is in the starting 11 of a team which goes by the name Leeds, and is facing his former team which goes by the names of Manchester United. What a feeling to face your former team in there. And he really came out and really thrown tantrums to Manchester United that he really felt like he was not being coached. This is something that, by the way, came in through a lot from the players of Manchester United after Ole Gunnar Solskjaer left. But when he was still present, nothing was being said about him, and when he really left, people really said loads about him. Now, when you look at Leeds, they have Marcela, they have Eiling, they have Diego Llorente, they have Coach, they have Shuric, they have Fosho, they have Dallas, Rodrigo, Kilich, Harrison, and Daniel James is leading the line in there for you. They're playing a system of 4-1-4-1. That is a team which goes by names of Leeds in there for you. When you look at the bench of Leeds, they're having Junior, Plipo, Rafinha, Taylor Roberts. They're having August. They're having Lewis Bate, Joe Gallant, Charlie Crosswell, James Carlson, and Nobla Kenneth in there. Remember, Leeds comes into this game without players like Bamford. They don't have Calvin Phillips. They don't have Leon Cooper. So I really feel like they're not as strong as they would have been with those players. I really feel like they're lacking a lot of quality in there, because when you have Calvin Phillips in that midfield, he ran it. I don't feel like Fosho will come in and do that needful in there for you. So they come into this game. I know most of us think it's going to be an easy encounter for United, but it's not going to be at all, because Leeds are fighting for their lives. Because when you look at the table, sorry about that. When you look at the table, Leeds are placed 15th. Leeds are placed 15th, yes. 15th, they've played 23 games and they're having 24 points in there. When you look at other teams that they are really tussling it out with, Everton 23 games, they're having 22. So it shows you that this game is crucial to them, and they really feel like they can get a result in there. They really feel like Marcelo Bielsa is not going to be open as it has always been. So most people think that it's going to be open as usual, but I really feel like in a game like Manchester United, when you're playing Manchester United, you can't be open, because you know obviously that when you open up, you're already going to be given a beating of your lives in there. But when you look at Manchester United, Pogba coming back into that midfield, I really feel like that's a very good pick. It's my pick of the match or of the day, because Pogba is looking decent. He's looking decent ever since return from injury. He's playing very well, and I really feel like they're really going to have a very good combination between him and Bruno Fernandes in there. And each and every time I have Pogba, players like Ronaldo, Lingard, and Jadon Sancho are 100% sure that they're really going to get the service they really deserve in there, into that game of football in there. And I really feel like it's time for them to come out and enjoy themselves, because Pogba is going to go ahead and really release them a load in there. Lingard and Pogba start, and Aaron Wan-Bissaka returns as Rashford, Freddie, Rafael Varane get back to the bench in there. I don't know what you guys have to say about this, but endeavor to go to the comment section and tell me what you think about this lineup of Manchester United that Rangnick has brought in to face a side which goes by names of Leeds in there. But all in all, you have to know that things are not yet done as most of you think. It's not going to be an easy one. It will depend on how United is going to bury its chances, because the more chances we create, the more goals we have to score. If at all we score like 3 goals into the first half, then that's going to be a very big positive for Manchester United. And I really feel like we can really go ahead and get that in there, because the chances are really going to be created. If at all you've created chances on teams like Southampton, who are more organized defensively than a team which goes by on Leeds, then that means if at all we really come on Leeds, we can come and do better. But one thing I'm really surprised about is how the manager is really going to bring in his players and how he's really going to order them to play. Because in the game of Brighton, the first half was out. The first 45 minutes, United didn't come to play. The next 45 minutes, United came up and really showed their presence in there. I really feel like Ralf Rangnick is shifting from a team that plays the first half. The pressing system is not applied in the first half. So what he does, he sits back, then he comes into the second half. If at all he really gets a goal in the first half while sitting back, then that's a positive. Then in the second half, he comes up to press you like he was doing those games after knowing that his players cannot press for the 90 minutes. They can only press for 45 minutes. So that's what Ralf Rangnick does. He presses you for the second half, the 45 minutes, and you'll come up and really lie yourself down to the beating of Ralf Rangnick in there. So that's what I really feel like Ralf Rangnick is going to be his game plan tonight, and I really feel like we are really going to win this one, but it's not going to be an easy one. If anything has to happen, it has to be a win for Manchester United. And remember, United winning, we will be on 45 points. When United wins today, we'll go on 46 points in there, and we will be 3 games ahead of Arsenal in there, and 3 games ahead of Tottenham Hotspur. That's the cruciality of this game. United needs to win, and will be just 4 points behind the side which goes by the name of Chelsea, though will be a game ahead of them. So that means that it's better to win this game, such that Arsenal has its 3 games in hand, you get, and United will know that, all right, we've done our job. We're ahead of Arsenal with how many points? With 4 points. Arsenal has 3 games in hand. Those are 9 points. If at all they get them, lucky. But remember, they're playing Tottenham, they're playing Chelsea, and if at all Chelsea loses to Arsenal, it's really going to be another havoc for them. So I really believe that us winning our games will be piling more pressure to Chelsea. By the time they play that game they have in hand with the team which goes by the names of Arsenal, it will be very demanding for them to go in and win. Because if at all they don't win, it will be vice versa. It will be a different case altogether, because United will go on and on to close them down to that 3rd position in there for you. And I told you that there are 2 positions up for grabs, the 3rd and 4th. All those positions are up for grabs, and Chelsea are really working hard to see to it that they really come to the needful and give themselves a very better position into winning these games. I sign out for now. See you later. Let's get back together when that game is done, and the match reaction will be live onto this channel. I'm out.